Okay, yeah, that's gonna go right there.
I would love to know this person's entire chart because that's the most shocking thing I've ever read.
So grab from here, right here. Okay. Oh. My mom values the way I look more than she values me as a person. It really hurts to read this because my mom at times also reacts the same way, and I know that it's a matter that I know it's a means of survival as opposed to a true reflection of like her love for me, but the fact that this is so prominent just really hurts.
This is fucked up. My grandpa sent me a 4-page letter about how it's my fault my uncle molested me when I was 12 years old. That's fucked up, like I said. That's hella fucked up.
Your grandpa's horrible. That's awful. It's absolutely not your fault at all. You were just a child. You might love your grandpa and stuff, but personally, your grandpa.
Wow.
I feel the need to please my parents, even if it means harming myself mentally. I think that's so sad. And as a parent, I hope my daughter didn't leave this, although it does sort of look like her handwriting. I would tell them that your parents would want you to be happy. Their hopes for you probably are that you're happy with who you are, and you shouldn't be living your life pleasing other people or feeling that you have to do that. So, yeah.
When I miss him, I play this playlist he shared with me. Yeah, I do that too, actually. You probably gotta find some new music so you get over it a little bit, you know?
I feel extreme anxiousness around white people. I cannot find the courage to be myself around even white friends as someone with a minority background. I think it's understandable people are anxious when they're anxious for different reasons. I write my own.
I didn't think I'd live this long, but I'm happy I stuck it out. I'm happy you're here too.
I'm balding as a teen and it's humiliating.
I don't like how I look. Like, my first thought was same, and then my second thought was just, that's so sad that so many people feel this way. I think this is a feeling that's most strongly felt by the individual about themselves and not by the individual in relation to other people. Like, most people are by far more critical of their own appearance than anyone else's appearance. I wish that wasn't something that was such a common experience.
I've never been kissed. I mean, I've never been kissed either. Like, I got you. Like, I understand what where you're coming from. Yeah, love that. Okay, I fold it. How do I feel? I feel kind of sad. Yeah. I don't know, cause like it's just, I feel like on the outside it looks like I have like such like a nice life and stuff, and like I always feel the need to like be perfect, but like I'm not.
Sometimes I think getting a sugar daddy would be easier. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I guess it'd be easier in some ways, but harder in others, right? Unless you really like the sugar daddy, right? But if you didn't like them and you're just purely monetary, then that's basically a normal job. Okay, there you go.
Oh, how do I tell him I want to be with him? That's so cute.
You gotta just tell him, rip the Band-Aid off. Me and my boyfriend have been together for a year and 8 months, and it was super rocky at the start, and he literally just ripped the Band-Aid off, and look at us now. Because we were friends first, so it worked out really well.
So the secret goes, I don't like asking for help in anything, especially math, because I fear that people will think that I'm a dumb person. I've been told a lot of negative things because of my slow learning. I'm ashamed of not being able to know math like the rest of the kids. I relate to this one. Maybe not math, probably a different discipline, but I very much relate. And I've worked very hard to hide the fact that I don't learn as well as others, but I've also come to embrace the fact that it doesn't matter, and we each have our own spectacular things, whether it's learning or not. So it'll be okay, whoever this is. You'll be okay. The answer is 42. I feel more determined to fix what I wrote down. It's something I think about a lot, but I've never really vocalized it, never really written it down. But it's something I definitely battle and I hide from. So now that it's written down and now that someone else will see it, hopefully I feel more determined to fix it and think about it. But yeah, life is finite.
When I was 12, I survived a terrorist attack in Syria. I don't talk about it.
I've never hugged anybody in 21 years of my life.
I just recently bought my wedding dress. My boyfriend and I aren't even engaged yet.
I think I want to end my relationship of 5 years, but I'm afraid to be single.
I worry that after my time at university, I am less interesting, engaged, and happy than I was before.
Oh. It says, I was going to tell my grandma that I appreciate her in person for helping my parents immigrate, but she passed before I got the courage to. Wow, that's actually really sad. I don't really know what to say, but I think it's good that you at least got the courage to think about it, and she's in a better place now, so definitely think about that. Oh yeah, and one thing I forgot to say is I'm very sorry for your loss. And I write my own secret.
I'm a priest who doesn't believe. I feel like I'm not able to give a lot of insight as someone who isn't really religious, but I think even as a priest who doesn't believe, you can be a really important figure for people who do believe, because the role is so selfless and outwards facing. Yeah, it extends to the non-religious community as well.
I was disappointed when I found out my dad didn't have cancer. I mean, I think that is very crazy, but also people have such a variety of relationships, and I think it is important for people to have space to express a multiplicity of feelings around grief or proximity to grief. I don't feel super in a position to, interpret that emotional reaction, given lack of context and lack of connection. I think that it's important to have space to process a variety of emotions around grief rather than singular narratives. Those are my general thoughts.
My turn. I'm gonna read some secrets, or maybe just one. Let's see. Okay, this one says, I'm finally proud of myself and know my worth. For the first time in years, I'm happy. Okay, that's a really good one. It starts off with I'm finally proud, which makes me think that it's been something that they've struggled with for a while. So I'm sorry for that, but I'm glad that you finally are where you are. Seems like you're living a beautiful life. So, and thanks for sharing this. Next up. I think I made the wrong decision on what I want to do with my life. It's never too late to try something new. That's what I have to say. That's the best advice I gave myself before I started this, before I got into filmmaking. So I'm passing it along to you. I hope you're watching. Imposter syndrome is an inescapable part of my day-to-day life. Alright guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to read some before I stopped filming because it's getting pretty dark, but not all of the secrets that were read today were left by people you saw in the video. Some of them were sent in to me, or some of them were shared with me on this other project I do on my Instagram where people send in secrets. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week.